it, y'all. I kind of feel like that Clark Kent looking motherfucker kind of ruined it for the rest of the white comics earlier. Y'all gotta lighten the hell up, man. This is a brand new comics, all right? You guys ready for your next comic, ladies and gentlemen? Come on, y'all gotta do better than that. This is my man right here. In fact, his name is... Well, Barry Jones!
How's everybody doing? My name is Barry Jones, and my initials suck. So my friends call me OG. And a lot of my friends are gangsters, ex-cons, and felons. And one of my friends decided to joke me about my initials. Right, Jones, your initials suck. I said, well, remember we was in jail? You sucked. A lot. I don't want y'all to get along and nothing like that. I ain't no gangster, no killer. In fact, the only thing I'm gonna kill is a piece of coochie. That's right, black snake moan. You know, I was looking in the mirror the other day and I was saying to myself, you know, I'm like an old Chevy Classic. You know, still look good, strong under the hood, need a little grill work. And, you know, I realized that I'm an old man, and I do old man things. Like hug pretty ladies, pretty young ladies for a long time. Sometimes I have a little slip of the tongue, you know, I may say, hey, pleased to meet you, pleased to meet you. You know, when I got married, my wife took my player card and she cut it up. But when she left, I duct taped that mug back together. I decided I'm going up in the club. And you know, clubs changed a lot since I was young, you know? Seriously. And I just want you all to know that drugs are bad. Don't do drugs in clubs. No. I'm telling you, I've been there, I've done it, you know. And you know, one time I was out and I did some drugs. I was hanging out, met a young lady, and she looked a lot like Halle Berry. We went home. When I woke up the next morning, she looked a lot like Al Roker. I was in a club one time, and you know, I don't like troublemakers. And I was in a club one day, I was in the bathroom being 420 friendly, and a bunch of troublemakers walked in. And you know, I'm in there, and I'm chilling, and I looked down, and this guy had his penis out. And I turned around, I looked at it in a heterosexual way. I said, wow, that's somebody's big penis. What you gonna do with that? Well, I must say that I left the club with my manhood intact, minus a tooth. But I should have kept my mouth shut. There was another time I was up in the club, and there's no secret I like pretty ladies and everything like that, you know, but sometimes women be too pretty. But I seen a lady up there one day and she was just too gorgeous for me. And I was like, wow, you're really pretty. And I said, well, you ain't no man, are you? So it didn't answer. standing over there looking at her, and she looking at me and everything. I'm like, wow, you know. And then, you know, funny thing happened because she dropped the keys. And then she turned around. And then right there, that's why I said, that bitch got balls. And I got one more thing before I get out of here and say, you know, I recently lost my job. Yeah, you know, my boss, she looks a lot like young Hillary Clinton. She talks a lot like Donald Trump. You know what she said? You're black, you stink, you're fired. And I wanted to cry like a little bitch. But the OG in me wouldn't allow it. My name's Barry Jones.
Everybody! All right, next up next on stage, welcome Jake Vargas.
What's poppin', everybody? Let me sit. So I'm annoyed with kids these days, right? Mainly because they're so dependent on electronics. At such a young age, too, it's like every restaurant you go to, you see that 2-year-old on their parents' iPhone just zombied out playing some game. And I think it's ridiculous because it's like as the phones get smarter, the kids are getting dumber. I mean, I know kids that know how to take selfies before they even know how to ride a bike. And I think it's ridiculous because that's not how I grew up. I grew up in the 90s where you were allowed outside, where your parents made you go outside. And we had toys. And I'm not talking about the plush toys we have today. No, I'm talking about those toys that could possibly, potentially send you to the emergency room. You guys remember those? The Tonka trucks dressed with sharp metal edges with swallowable parts. The super soakers with enough water pressure behind them they could actually bruise you. Or my favorite, the sock 'em bopper, which essentially was just a lightly inflated grocery bag equipped with that sharp razor edge that you put over your fist. That was supposed to be more fun than a pillow fight, but ended up just being a glorified reason for your cousin to take you out front and beat your ass. But that's how I grew up. I also grew up listening to Death Row Records and watching Juice and, you know, Menace in Society. And see a lot of shocked faces. It's probably because you assumed I'm white. You are correct. I'm not a country club membership kind of white, though. Not that, but I'm definitely having a mocha in a coffee shop kind of white. I'll take that. I'll take that. But a lot of people trip out because they'll see my lower car, I'll be bumping too short, and they expect some guy to come up like, yo, what's happening, B? You know, I'm trying to get this L train, catch a couple of this, you know what I'm saying? But instead, they see this white kid that's just like, hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Tanner. My parents are divorced, but that's okay, because that means 2 Christmases. Thank you. And, of course, like, my relatives are always tripped out about it, too. Like, wait, you don't listen to Michael Bublé? I'm like, no, not my mom. Sorry. I'm like, why would you even ask that? He's like, well, we are 2 white guys drinking mochas in a coffee shop. I understand your confusion. I just recently got in a relationship. Yeah, thank you, man. It's going great. My girlfriend, she's funny, she's super honest, and really hot. So I can't complain about our relationship. Those are just a few things I can mention about her, though. My friend the other day, though, asked, Jake, what did she see in you? What did she like about you? And I couldn't tell him because I didn't know what to say. I never asked her. We never really talked about it. And I didn't know what she would see in me. It's not like I'm smart. I looked up the word intelligent in the dictionary, completely confused by the definition. I don't think it's the sex either, because I'm not really packing too much down here. My penis is what I like to call well below average, and what my doctor likes to say, legally a vagina. Yeah, I usually get the same response when they say it. Yeah, having sex with me is like a farm mom calling her kids in for dinner. You know, we both kind of put something in, you know, a little stick, bang around the edges, and just hope somebody comes. So, no, but I had to ask her though. I was like, babe, what did you see in me enough to date me? I have to know. And well, she looked at me, took a deep breath. Great start, obviously. She said, well, you grew on me. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. That's cute. She's like, well, you grew on me like a tumor would on somebody. Well, I'll still take it as a compliment, you know, we're still dating. And then before I could say anything else, she's like, well, just put it this way, you're the booger that I wouldn't pick. Yeah, did I mention she was also great with words? But before I started dating my wonderful girlfriend, I was lazy about getting one, so I downloaded this app called Tinder. Are you guys familiar with it? Yeah, you guys know about this social auction of an app? No, you guys aren't. So I would just spend countless hours in my room just swiping away until I realized, like, this is not how I want to tell my grandkids how I met their grandmother. Just not a good love story. Because if you ask your grandparents, you know, just like, Pop, how did you meet me, Mom? And they'll just tell you, well, the year was 1942. I was in Germany behind enemy lines, carrying my horse up a mountain covered in snow, when I found this quaint village where a woman took me in and cared for me for 2 weeks until I was healthy. I stayed there for another 3 months, and I fell in love with that woman. Shortly after, well, she died from polio, but I met your grandmother at her funeral. Yeah, I mean, every grandparent story is awesome like that. So I didn't want my grandkids to come up to me like, you know, Grandpa, how did you meet Grandma? And just be like, well, the year was 2016 and I was on Tinder, swiping left on every woman I could see, until I found your grandmother. Oh, was she beautiful out of the 4 pictures she posted, even though 3 of them had multiple people. And I knew right away, once I looked at her interests of Miley Cyrus, 4 Locos, and twerking, that this woman right here, well, she was my love at first swipe. All right, that's all I got, guys. I'm Jake Vargas. Thank you.
Everybody! All right, down to our final 2 graduates. And this is another Richmond resident. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Preston Brown.
Yeah, I'm Preston Brown from Richmond. I just celebrated a birthday. I made it to 62 without getting shot. You know, I grew up through segregation, and I grew up as a privileged person with all the privileges of the day. We live in an exclusive, private community. It was for color only. I went to a private school. It was for color only. When we went to fancy restaurants, we had our own private dining room. It was round the back. And I had a special seat on all buses in the back. I didn't get a chance to sit up front till I went in the Army. And the sergeant said, well, we treat our colored people different in this USA Army. I said, well, thank you, Sergeant. I'm tired of being in the back. He put me right up front. Yes, he did. Right on the front line. Bullets flying everywhere. I ran to the back. I said, Sergeant, I like it in the back. You know, I was in a bar the other night, and this beautiful young lady, pretty as she wanted to be, came up to me, and she was white. She said, are you looking for a date? Yeah! Let me buy you a drink. Have a seat. And I went into my cool mood. I want to be like LL Cool J. I started licking my liquor. She said, I'm $50 to take credit cards. I had met me a lady on the night. But the more I thought about it, that $50 didn't sound too bad. Because when I was with my old lady, it cost me $3,000 a month because hairdo, nails, and miscellaneous items. And we didn't have sex for every 6 months and she was in the mood. Shoot, I could have been having sex 60 times a month. We got to the hotel room, she started taking the clothes off. I said, man, when I was with my old lady, it was like, let's make a deal. I need shoes, I need a new hairdo, I need a new outfit, I need some new hair weave. You do me first. Well, since I'm talking about white women, let me straighten y'all up right now. They said once a white woman go with a black man, she don't never want to go back. That's a lie. Once a white woman go with a black man, she can't go back. The white folks don't want her back. You know, I've been coming down here to Taiwan. I like it down here. All this interracial dating going on. See, integration's been good to black people, especially black men. When I was growing up, we couldn't even look at white women, and we could touch them down. Ain't integration great? Well, since so many police shooting black people, I want to talk about guns. I think police got the wrong weapon. See, when I was growing up, everybody had guns. My granddaddy would walk the store with a shotgun, nobody said nothing. Because everybody had a gun, and everybody knew guns were for hunting. Rabbit, deer, squirrel. If I saw a white man come through my neighborhood with a gun, it wasn't no big deal. I'd just wave at him, and he'd give us a nod of respect. I figured he gonna get him a rabbit or something. But if I saw a white man come through my neighborhood with a rope, I'm gone. My granddaddy would drop the shotgun and run. Y'all like that? Look, I'm getting old now, and I've been accused of liking young women, and I'm guilty. I ain't messing with no old woman. I don't give a damn what color she is. And I'm gonna tell you why. See, when men get old, we have problems. We have a problem with something called gas. It can hit us anytime. If you see a man walking down the street and he do like this, that's gas. Man, I ain't forgot y'all women. Y'all got problems too. Y'all ain't gonna get away on this one. When women start getting old, they got a problem with heat. I think it's called hot flash. 1 minute cold, next minute they hot. That's why when you see an old couple walking, one of them always behind. You know, come on, always behind. Because gas and heat don't mix. I'm Preston Brown, River Relay. I'm out of here.
Let's go for Preston Brown, everybody! Okay, everyone, we're down to our final graduate. I want you to all welcome Mr. Uber Surf!
Schönen guten Abend, wie geht's Ihnen? Ich darf mich vorstellen, heiße Uwe Scharf, komme aus Deutschland. Oh, I just forgot for just a moment, I was not back in Cologne, I'm very sorry. Slip into German every now and then, we'll do it.